Hey guys, Agro Ninja here, and welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 8. In this episode, we build a proper mob farm. Then we're going to put, no, we don't want the slaughter factory, we want the mob crusher. We're going to put it right there, and it should be facing towards them. Yes, it is. Play around with some bees.
They are mad at you. Look at that word. Even the ones on the inside want you.
Build a building for our spawn, and finally finish up the pneumatic craft quest line. So let's go get started. One of the things I'd like to do in today's episode is get a proper mob farm built. And to do that, we're gonna get back into industrial foregoing and we're gonna build a mob slaughter factory. I would prefer to build the mob crusher, which is what we're going to hopefully upgrade to in this episode, but it requires one of these advanced machine frames, which before, not only did we not have the nether scrap, which I do now have, but we are not generating any pink slime. And the way we get pink slime is from the mob slaughter factory. It is one of its byproducts. It produces pink slime and something else, I don't remember. But we have all of the stuff to make this. We just got to make a few pieces here. Need another iron sword, iron axe, and then we should be able to make, oh, we need one more iron axe. And now we have a mob slaughter factory. And I was actually getting ready to build the mob crusher, but then I realized, oh, we need to do this one first because we need the pink slime. We've spent several episodes getting really deep into pneumatic craft, and I have enjoyed that. It definitely wasn't a waste, but one of the reasons I wanted to do that was I was having a hard time finding an Enderman spawner. And we finally got to the point where we could set up and capture an Enderman and do a pneumatic craft mob farm. And guess what we have now? Not one, but two Enderman spawners. So in the stream from between the episodes that I done on this past Thursday, I found not one but two Enderman spawners in a dungeon. So now we have two Enderman spawners. So we're gonna set up a few of our spawners with the slaughter factory. And to do that, we need to create a new area. I'm really kind of tight on space because I don't want to grow this starter base too much more, but I do want a mob farm set up. So let's get to building. Now that we got our room mostly done, we're going to work on setting some of this stuff up. We're going to set our mob factory right in the middle of this line right here. So essentially, anything in between this post and the corner of that wall over there will be able to be farmed. Eventually, right now it only has a 1x1, but we do have some upgrades for it. We're going to put a tank on each side with some mechanical pipe. Unfortunately, the slaughter factory doesn't gather anything but liquids, so it ain't going to be very good of a mob farm because we're not going to get any drops. But we do need this pink slime in order to create the mob crusher, so we're going to run it long enough to fill up one of these tanks. And the other byproduct, by the way, is meat, so that is what you get from that machine as well. And we're just going to stick a power cell up under there to power it. And I thought I brought one with us. Yeah, there it is right there. And we'll set that to out, and it should fill up and start sending it power. And if we click on the factory, I've built a few upgrades here, so we'll just take a quick peek at these because we may have not used some of these. I know we're using the range extender on our tree farm, but we're doing a tier 4 range extender. We've also got a speed upgrade, which if we look at that, it's just some sugar, gold gear, glass, redstone, in our dissolution chamber. And we're also running one efficiency, tier 1, which is basically the same recipe except instead of sugar, blaze rods. And we'll go ahead and add these. We have a slot for one more, so we may add something later, but I'm not too worried about it. And if we show area, you can see that it's going to farm anything in this area right here. We'll have to be careful with spiders. We probably won't do any spiders in this mob farm because they'll get above the they'll get above the range there. So we're going to turn that off because it's annoying. And the way we're going to control turning this on and off is with a light source. So we're going to pop out 2 blocks here. And I have these receivers. We're going to put one here. Oh, that one did not turn up. So we should be able to just hammer it around where we want it. And then drop these redstone lamps on top of them. And then over on this wall, temporarily, we'll make this look nicer down the road. But for now, we'll put the transmitter here and the lever here. So this transmitter is on the same channel as those receivers. So if we send it a redstone signal with this lever, it will turn the lamps on, which will turn the mob farm off. So now we have a way to turn it on and off. We're really close to getting this finished up. I'm going to finish putting in the walls and getting our spawners set up. And then we'll take a look at it and see if we can get us some pink slime. So I think I got this room set up how I want it for the most part. We may change a few things here and there, but I don't think it looks too bad. You can see we got 5 spawners sitting in there. 2 endermen, a zombie, skeleton, and wither skeleton. And we have the lights turned on right now so it's not spawning. You can see the tank sitting over there. We have obviously ran it a little bit to test it. And it'll make a pretty good mob spawner if it was actually giving us any drops, which hopefully we'll be able to switch this mob factory out to a mob crusher soon. We just want to get enough pink slime to last us a while. But we can go ahead and turn it on so you can see how it works. And you can see it spawns in mobs like it's supposed to when the lights are out. And our factory's doing its job. So we're going to let this run for a while, and then we'll come back and check on it later.
Are you feeding them?
I'm not feeding them.
Oh, what'd you do? Mob duplicator?
Okay, you're going to crash the server with bees, bro. They're attracted to Misfit for some reason. Have you been eating Snicker bars?
No, I'm feeding them. So he's multiplying them, and so am I.
Oh, okay. You don't want to get too many too many entities in the same chunk. Oh, you got a rainbow one. A couple.
Yeah,
You'll
There's even some outside of the building.
Where's the rainbow one? I want that.
Yeah, you have you might want to. Yeah, he has enough bees.
Won't spawn anymore.
Yeah. Well, there's probably not enough entity space.
No, I pulled the mod thing out.
Oh yeah, you're gonna want to kill a few of these Misfit because this is gonna cause server lag.
I mean, there's several of them. Oh, you left the doors open. Okay.
Well, I did not do that.
Keeper left the door. There's double doors for a reason.
They are mad at you. Look at that word. Even the ones on the inside want you.
They can't sting me now.
Oh, look at the evil eyes on them too.
Yeah.
Ninja's gonna get beat by bees.
That would be embarrassing. Well, I think we have enough pink slime to create our advanced machine frame now. And I have everything ready to go, so we'll go ahead and stick our plastic in here. Gold, and that needs to go down one. Our nether, bright scrap. Our diamond gear, and our simple machine frame. It's full of water. Oh, how did that happen? I'm gonna have to pull that out somehow. Let's do this. Let's set it to extract. All right, and did that pull it all out? Now it has, where's the latex come from? Let's break that. Put a mechanical pipe back. Let's extract again. And then break this one more time. And it should be empty now. Yes, now it's empty. So we're gonna pipe into our dissolution chamber, the pink slime. And I'll probably leave this hooked up and probably make a couple of these for future use, but we'll just make the one we need for now. And down the road, once we get a little bit more settled, we'll probably set up one of these distillation chambers with each fluid type so we don't have to keep switching out the fluid. So now we have our advanced machine frame. So we can come over here, look up Mob Crusher, and go ahead and craft that. And that'll probably be a quest. And if we take a quick peek at our quest book, we may have some quests we can knock out here. So automation, from the last episode, we made that universal sensor. And we made that redstone module. So I did not see those, but we'll go ahead and complete those. And I got some more Tetris stuff here. Oh, a shield. Yeah, for sure. We've had a shield for a while. What else? Industrial foregoing. So we're obviously got our advanced machine frame, our mob crusher, our mob slaughter factory. And that should be it for now. Oh, we got one more thing. Mechanical dirt. I don't remember doing that, but we'll take it. We do have our common black coal unit, which we built that. I thought we built the next tier up, but maybe we didn't. Anything else? Something under building. Chipped. And that's because I built this workbench that I was taking a look at earlier that we might use to make some parts from. Well, let's go ahead and set up our mob crusher. And we're just going to pull all this up. Make sure we get all our upgrades. Oh, my inventory is full. That's okay. We can put these ores in here. Must be what we got for rewards. Oh, I know why we finished that. We didn't have any mechanical dirt, but it must have been one of the rewards we got. That's a really awesome item to get. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and put all this in our ME system for now. And I keep calling it an ME system out of habit, but refined storage system. So in the new configuration, we're going to put the dimensional cell on bottom. Then we're going to put, no, we don't want the slaughter factory. We want the mob crusher. We're going to put it right there, and it should be facing towards them. Yes, it is. And this should only have, oh, it has 2 outputs as well. But that's fine. That's fine. We can work with that. So we need a mechanical pipe, and we'll do that for now. We also need a logistical sorter and an ender chest. So let's grab that real quick. So I have our ender chest, so we're just going to stick that right here for now. And we're going to connect our logistical sorter to it, our logistical transporter. We're going to set that to output. And then over here, we're going to put another tank. And we're going to set that to output. So now they'll be able to pull the essence out as it crushes mobs. And this should be good to go. We can put our upgrades in here. So we'll do our range one first if I can find it. Then our add-on speed. And then our two. Oh, we must have got this as a reward. We'll go ahead and put it on this machine. Oh, why can't we use that? Efficiency tier 2. That should be able to be used. Not sure why, because we have the first one there. And we need to set this to output. Output. There we go. Not sure why that's not working, but we won't worry about that. Let's put our floor block back. We'll put these stairs back. We'll just have to keep an eye on this XP. I have decided I don't like these stairs set up, so we're definitely going to change that in the future. And I seem to be missing a stair. I don't know where it went, but we'll worry about that later. We'll put that there. Should be able to turn it on. We should start getting mob drops. The last thing we're going to do here real quick before we move on is take a look at how many ender pearls we have. So we currently have 142. So we're going to let that run the rest of this episode. We'll come back and take a look before we end. And that'll give us an idea of how many ender pearls we have and if our mob crusher is working correctly. But I think what we're going to do now is head over to spawn, because me and my friend Misfit, we have a plan for a spawn building. We're going to go put that together. Well, that was a lot of fun. we got a little carried away. You can see I've got my path extended here, headed over to what is quickly going to become a spawn town. We've got some additional plans for additional buildings and items that we want to add around the spawn building that we just built. You'll see I've added some of these aspen log trees. I think they look nice on the path. Also found these little signs, so I've got one pointing to my base, one pointing over to the spawn town, and one pointing over to my buddy's base. And if we fly over here just a moment, you'll see that I've added one right here to kind of be a secondary guide, letting you know to go that way. At this point, a lot of us are flying and teleporting around, but I still like to have things that make sense if you were traveling on foot. So here's some signs. It's just for decor mostly. But if we come on down the path, you can see I've done quite a bit of my signature mossing and pathing and lighting. I think it all turned out pretty good. And about this point, we're going to transition into a couple more buildings or through here to break up the path into the spawn building. And there's a few touches that weren't on the time lapse, and one of those was this courtyard that we built that goes all the way around. This mimics the courtyard that is behind our starter base. It's just not quite as big. And we used a different railing. We discovered these black stone walls from McCall's Fences and Walls, and I think they look quite nice. And if we head up the platform here, there's another one of those brick walls, but a different one. This is a stone one. And we used some chiseled polished black stone with some lanterns, and I think it turned out really well. We custom designed this, and it took us a little while to figure out exactly how we wanted to do it, but overall I think it's a job well done. Definitely let us know what you think of our first spawn building in the comments. We added these little signs here. I think these are nice, and I custom designed this chandelier, and I think it turned out okay. You might notice a fairly expensive block in the middle. Yes, that is a block of netherite. And we've used some blocks of diamond and some of these soul lanterns, and I think it creates a nice little effect. And if you come out back here, you can see the courtyard extends all the way around 5 blocks plus the block that the wall is on. And we've got some additional plans. No spoilers at this moment, but we're going to continue to work on this. Even though we are getting really close to starting on a mega base, that's going to take a while. We're going to continue to be using our starter base for a while, as well as spawn itself. So it's not like we're not going to be here for a while or have people coming and going. So it's definitely a nice focal point for anybody that's joining the server for the first time. I hope you guys like it. Like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments, but we're going to head on back to the base and see what else we can get into. So what we're going to try to do now is finish up the Pneumatic Craft quest line, and I think I know what we need to do. So we need to hook up one of these pneumatic processing plants and keep it between 30 and 60 C, and that should give us our next thing in our quest line, which is the yeast culture. And we'll need to plop some water into it. I didn't grab a mechanical pipe, so we'll do that real quick. And we'll just run back over, hook that up. Here's our jetpack is almost dead. We're going to hook that up, grab our configurator, tell it to extract. And then it should start making yeast. Oh, you know what we need? We need mushrooms. I almost completely forgot about that. And we should have quite a bit. 16. Ooh, I thought we had more than that. We'll have to check upstairs because I'm confident we have more than that. Let's see how much 16 gets us. We need at least 1 bucket of this stuff. So that 1 mushroom gave us 250. That should be enough for at least a bucket. We may need to go get some more mushroom if we're going to need more of this. So let's look into what we need to do next. We was able to get a bucket of our yeast culture, and it's still running, making more. I don't know how much of this we'll need. We probably should find some more mushrooms, but the next thing we can do is either make vegetable oil or ethanol. I made a bit of a mess, just messing around with a few different things. I'll clean this up in between episodes, but for some reason, I was reading the Pneumatic Craft book on how to create these fuels. And I don't know why I thought, but when I was looking at vegetable oil, I read this as I needed to get the temp to negative 273, which is what I was working on trying to do. And I'm like, wait, no, I'm reading that wrong. It needs to be equal to or greater than that. So it's producing vegetable oil now, and I've processed a bunch of the yeast culture. So we should be able to now process that through the pneumatic processor again, and we'll just bucket this into it. And should be able to just put them all in here. And then once those are done, oh, we need to add, I believe it's sugar. Let's go grab some sugar. So once it's done, we'll take the byproduct, which is, I believe, ethanol. Yes. And we'll take the vegetable oil, and we'll combine those in the mixer to make biofuel or biodiesel, whatever it's called in pneumatic craft. And that should finish this quest line off. And I'm not really worried about how these are set up because we'll never use this stuff again. I don't think. We'll see. Once we get into our mega base and get a larger pneumatic craft setup, we may use some of these processes, but we can get most of what we need by using immersive engineering diesel fuel. and I don't really see a need for all this other stuff, but at least it looks cool, so we may set it up. But once this is done, we'll go ahead and get this put into the mixer. Well, now I have 2 buckets of each, so let's see if that's enough to make what we need here. I think we can just bucket into each side. Yes. Let's see if that's running. That is processing, so hopefully it's 500 millibuckets. And it's only 50. So this is gonna take a while, guys. I'm gonna have to go work on this for quite a while. Well, no, you know what? It's only doing it. Never mind. We got enough for 2 buckets. So we'll let this run. While we let this run, because we're close to wrapping this up as soon as we get that 1 bucket. I want to run down here and see how many ender pearls we're up to. This has been running for a little while. And I've had to use some, but we're at 156, so it's went up a little more than 10. I would have liked to have seen more than that, but we're probably getting other things as well, like wither. So yeah, we're getting some wither skeleton skulls, which will be really nice in the near future. And we'll keep an eye on this as well. And I don't know if I have anything else really to go over, so we're just going to wait on that fluid to build up. I did think of one more thing. When we were building spawn and we discovered these hanging signs, I decided to put one over here with a hammer on it. So, you know, it's our blacksmith shop. And then over here at our, whatever you want to call this building, I've put a piece of weed on it. And I think that's a really nice touch. So it has the water wheels. So it's almost like it is a processing plant for flour. So that's pretty cool. But let's go and see if we've got enough for a bucket of biofuel. So I did get our biodiesel bucket. I think I've been calling this biofuel. It's actually biodiesel. And we're going to take a quick peek at our quest book. We're going to take that legendary loot box. We're going to take that legendary. Oh, that's just an epic. Only an epic. We'll take that. And then we'll check this off. But this is something we're definitely going to get into in the near future. And with that, we have completed the pneumatic craft repressurized quest line. So of our quest lines, we have 2 done. Well, technically 3 if you count the getting started check marks. But with that, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. Like I said, in between episodes, I'll clean this stuff up and probably work on optimizing our mob farm a little bit. But I think today's been a great episode, so let's go ahead and wrap it up. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I know I had a blast putting together the spawn building with our friend Misfit, as well as finishing up that pneumatic craft quest line. If you guys enjoyed the episode, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions or feedback, please leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe. This is Agro Ninja, and that's a wrap.